Specialist Krebs, where the hell are you and your Talaxian fur fly? We're deviating from our usual schedule to talk about Season 1 of Starfleet Academy, and you're ruining everything.
Thanks, Stephen Colbert. Why are you so fucking present?
You know what's funny? I didn't catch that it was Stephen Colbert until literally the last episode. And then I was like, holy shit, is that Stephen Colbert right now?
I have a story to tell about that, but let Chris tell everyone what we're doing and who we are.
Yes,
yeah, tell us.
As we just heard, we are taking a little break from disco to talk about Season 1 of Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
That's a mouthful.
Is it actually called Star Trek Starfleet Academy, or is it just called Starfleet Academy?
Well, on the title screen it's got all four, so I assume.
Well, that's very silly.
It's a lot to say. But yes, as we have done with most of the stuff that has aired since we started, we are doing just a quick little general roundup of first impressions of the first season. You'll get our in-depth thoughts later, whenever the hell that is. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, you're going to be very confused and spoiled.
Spoilers are bound!
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
no, like really, everything is going to get spoiled. So if you haven't watched it, stop right now, go away. We'll wait.
Yep.
All right, I guess I should leave.
Yep.
You didn't watch the whole thing, Jake?
No, he did. He did.
I
Did you
slept
sleep through any
large
of them?
portions of it.
Oh, Jake,
no.
What are you, me? I'm the
Pull the
one that
Caitlin.
sleeps through fucking Star Trek media for this podcast.
But yes, although we have deviated from our course, we are the same old crew. This is Chris.
This is Gym Teacher Ames. Take a lap.
This is hot lesbian mechanical engineering teacher Caitlin Reno, probably.
And this is Burnout Jake.
So just Jake.
So
Just kidding.
yeah, I'm not going to try to summarize a whole season. Let's just dive right in.
Well, but wait, why not? It's actually...
Well, the thing is, it's unlike the other show. Well, unlike Discovery, I guess it's more in the Strange New Worlds vein. It's much more episodic. There is an overarching background thing where I guess our sort of bridge character is Caleb Meir.
He's not on the bridge. He's a cadet.
Hey,
you know, when I
saw
said
that
it,
one coming
when
from a
I
mile
said
away.
it, I knew somebody was gonna. But yes, Caleb Meir is like some sort of weird bastard love child of Kelvin Kirk and Dahl from Prodigy. He's separated from his mother because she commits crime with Paul Giamatti, and Holly Hunter throws her in prison. And he's like, I don't want to grow up in an orphanage. And he vanishes. He runs away and runs around in like the end of the Burn era galaxy learning shit. And then we pick up when he's a teenager. And he's arrested, and they're going to throw him in jail. But then, what's Holly Hunter's actual name in this show?
Captain Pike shows up and says, you should be in Starfleet,
Exactly,
Jim Kirk.
yes. Yeah,
Your
she shows
father
up
would
and
be horrified.
yeah, gives him the Pike Kelvin speech, kinda. He's like, fine, I'll join the academy if you help me find my mom. So in the background of all this, there's kind of that. Paul Giamatti shows
And she's
up.
like, sure, Caleb, I'll help you find your mom. She's got such a weird little voice, Holly Hunter. She's got that little lisp, but just a little lisp, and it kind of turns me on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of into it. She's a little southern.
You gotta lean in.
I'm actually turning into James. What's his name? Carville. I just kind of turned into James Carville. She doesn't turn into James Carville.
No.
You know, if Cleveland Booker and Chancellor Ake got together and they had like a celebrity portmanteau name, it would be Book Ake.
Fucking God.
Moving on.
That appeals to the 12-year-old inside me.
So yes.
So hang on, we are doing an in-depth discussion?
No, I was just about to say, you know, at the end, mother and son are reunited. Paul Giamatti is dragged off to space jail, where I'm sure we will never see him again, and friendship abounds.
So much
Yay.
friendship.
Yeah.
And like so much teen angst.
It is definitely like it's funny because I'm watching it and I'm just like, so basically they were like, we're kind of bummed Prodigy got canceled, but we also want to make them old enough to fuck.
Oh my god, and we really can't wait for them to do it, too. Like, have we ever seen so much girl-on-top sex in Star Trek? Or any sex in Star Trek, for that matter?
There was the rape scene in Discovery.
No, that's not sex.
That was something.
That's not sex.
I think one of the, like, twin cat girls Kirk was with at the start of Into Darkness. No, Kirk was having a three-way in one of the Kelvins, and I think one of the girls was on top.
How did I miss
of which one?
I don't think there was a scene where there was like an Orion chick that he was banging.
No, in one of the sequels, he's definitely in bed with two Caitians because they have tails flapping around. It's very brief and they're silhouetted because they're like backlit, but it definitely happened.
Oh,
So
Kirk.
we didn't see any Caitian side boob, but we saw lots of Beta Z side boob in this show.
We did. So yeah, let's start off round robin. First impressions. Who liked it? Who didn't? Who?
Me. I loved it. Is that it?
I am so entrenched in the it was fine middle ground.
I've always been told that if you don't have anything nice to say, then you should say it loudly on a podcast. So that's what I'm going to do.
Podcasts are for.
Right.
No, I don't know. I'm kind of two minds about this show because there's like glimmers of greatness kind of peppered throughout, but it just keeps getting knocked down for me by just really poorly written dialogue in a lot of cases.
Some of the dialogue is bad.
It's the same kind of complaints.
Joke. Like very frequently, they'll undercut themselves with just a really out of place joke.
Jokes and
some bad acting too.
And some mediocre acting.
I want to know who it's from.
It's like, it's hard for me to be totally on board with this show, but I won't say it's definitely not the worst Star Trek media I've seen in the last decade.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not the target audience because I think I've told you guys myriad times that I'm anti-fun, and this show wants so badly for you to have fun, and I refuse.
I will say, Ames, thoroughly fine is way higher praise than I thought you were going to give it, so...
I did a full rewatch in the last 2 or 3 days, so... On rewatch, I feel like a couple of things like stuck out as a little bit better than I first remembered. And a couple of things I'm like, oh God, why did they do that? That, continue to grate, but...
Yeah, and as I didn't say, but I was pretty into it. I liked it. I have quibbles like with anything, but overall I was very happy.
I mean, it's mostly like a YA show, but it's also trying to be for other Star Trek fans too, because they keep peppering references.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not
very...
as bad as other shows. Like that one, that I'll give them.
It's very, it is very teen drama kind of thing, and but
I think the only teen drama I've liked in the last 10 years is The 100, and The 100 this is not.
Even when I was a teenager, I didn't really watch teen dramas. I don't know. Like, I think closest I've seen is like a lot of like animated rom-coms, but that's probably the closest to a teen drama I've watched.
I mean, there's decent teen dramas.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Like the 100 is passable. It's fine. It starts out pretty good.
Yeah.
It kind of goes off the rails like a lot of shows do, but it overall it's not too bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying. I'm not saying it's necessarily a genre I've like avoided out of some sort of like, it's below me sort of thing. It just
pretty people kissing.
No, nothing wrong with that. I mean, fuck, that's a lot of discovery. But
pretty teens kissing though.
Yeah, but like it just is something that just kind of passed me by and large. So I don't know how it, exactly how it is in comparison to a lot of its like what would be its peer shows. I can only compare it to other Star Treks and, sci-fi adventure stuff.
Well, so that's the thing too, right? So these aren't like, yes, the genre of the show is like YA drama, sci-fi drama. But compared, like in the 100, if for folks that aren't familiar, I'm just going to very briefly cover the premise of the 100. The idea is that there was some disaster on Earth, and a bunch of people moved to a space station, and then many centuries, decades, I don't know how long later, they're like, oh well, the space station's breaking down, so we got to go back to Earth, and the whatever was keeping us from Earth is no longer a problem. But before we send everybody down,
go check if it's radioactive.
Yeah, we're going to send 100 of our delinquent children.
They just want all of Earth to be Australia, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So they took like 100, because the other thing was like
the children.
It was really draconian like laws.
Yeah.
And it was basically like either your choice is either we're going to put you out the airlock or you agree to go to the planet.
So like Caleb, the academy or alien death prison.
Yeah. So they send 100 kids to the surface, and they are like their range in age from like 8 to
oh my god,
to like older teens, and it doesn't go well because the planet is fucked up, but there's also like other people there, and there's like it gets crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing that is interesting about that show is that it is actually, like I say, a range of ages. This one, all the kids are the same age,
ish, yeah,
except for Sam, who is extremely young until the end.
Yes,
until she's not.
Until she's not.
Yeah, the 100 is also more serial, while this has the kind of plot in the background, but the episodes themselves are fairly contained.
Yeah, but the kids are all the same age, and they're not teens. They're all like
Caleb's
adults.
21.
They're all like in their 20s.
Yeah. Oh, are they?
Well, I think ostensibly some of them might be like 18, but yeah, the actors.
I mean, they had a big drinking an episode all about how they all got shitted.
That's true, but we also know what the legal drinking age is on Earth in 30 to 96 or whatever it is.
I mean, honestly, medicine will be so far ahead by then that probably there'll be like just a pill that you take that if you're about to die from alcohol poisoning, it just fix it. They probably did away with drinking ages.
I mean, my thing is just like, look, if you can sign up for the military, you should be able to get shit mixed. So I'd 100%. Like to think they will come to their senses and be like, look, if you can be in Starfleet, you can get shitty.
Well, regardless, we do know that Caleb is 21 because he was 6 in the flashbacks, and it has been 15 years.
Yes, yeah.
And I assume that everybody's about that age. I don't think that they were trying to imply that anybody was a teenager.
Well, Sam was 17. She was programmed to be a 17-year-old girl, and then when they re-brought her back, they had her live 17 years in Karg, or where the fuck she lived.
Karg.
I mean, this is supposed to be
Trask?
Starfleet Academy, right? They're supposed to be college-aged kids.
I know, but she was 17. My friend Cholpon was 16. Oh, friend of the podcast, Cholpon, who was on for Rogue One, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she was 16 when
Wesley Crusher was 16.
Yeah. Cholpon was 16 when she started college and 19 when she graduated.
God damn.
That's wild.
But ages aside.
Really fucking smart, dude.
But yeah, so we've got we've got Caleb, our introductory character, the guy we mostly follow. They do a decent job of keeping it ensemble-y.
The least interesting character on the show.
But the most jacked. Jesus Christ. I swear before every single scene they had him do some push-ups so his veins are popping.
I was, despite all of that, I was still shocked. There's that episode later on where we actually see him sunbathing, and I was like, obviously he was going to be fit. I did not expect him to be quite so big.
Yeah, he is a house, this boy.
Yeah, they dress him in such a way. I was expecting much more live. I was surprised as fuck. It's like, Jesus, this guy could snap me in half.
No, that I buy. And I also agree with Caitlin in that after the first episode, expected him to be much more interesting because they set him up in a way that he's supposed to be like the one, like he doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
And he's already been living as like a master criminal since he was 6 years old or whatever. Like, this is like if the fucking Artful Dodger wound up at Starfleet, and you're telling me he wouldn't be the most interesting motherfucker there?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He blends in like by episode 2, where he's suddenly on board with everything. Like he tries to escape once, he meets the blandest girl in the world whom he falls in love with.
My fucking
and decides
God.
to stay. And I'm like, you had such an interesting potential character to be someone who's got something you're striving for.
I mean,
and you decide,
go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Jake.
I was just saying, my issue is not necessarily that Caleb isn't very interesting, but that I didn't really find any of the characters terribly
I was actually
interesting.
just reaching that conclusion myself, Jake, to be honest.
Jaden,
I was like, wait a minute.
Jaden is the best.
Jaden's a delight.
I like Jaden too, but I find that first of all, I thought his backstory episode was great, and I'm guessing we'll touch on these things a little bit, so I won't get into it now. But I really liked that because we always complain that we don't see enough of like, what does it look like to be a Klingon that doesn't want to do the killing? And it was nice to get that. It is kind of unfortunate, though, that, like, the first openly gay Klingon is also, like, and I don't do violence, because I feel like then people are drawing shitty conclusions. But I find him to be a little bit stilted.
Okay.
Like, I like him.
The actor wasn't great.
That's what I mean, yeah. I don't think his acting is great.
Well, here's what I think. I think, and I don't, I know how hard it is to be an actor. I'm sure it's, developing a character. I don't want to discount that. I think he arrived at the wrong voice for his character.
Yeah.
Because I think that he was being held back by having to talk with a very deep
slowly
voice,
too. Like it makes him talk more slowly.
And like it just sounded like it ended up sounding like he was not a good actor.
Yeah, I will grant, like, I thought he was good, but yes, I will grant that every so often it did feel like he was maybe like fighting his own voice.
Yeah.
I think I saw
I think he was. I think his voice register was not that low, and he was really forcing.
Yeah, because I saw him like do an interview where he talked about how he found that voice and how he decided when I'm Klingon I talk very low, and I guess he even had a chat session with Dorn at one point, and they talked about it, and. I don't think that's how Dorn talks. I think it's just that Dorn just has a naturally incredibly low voice.
Dorn that's his voice.
Yeah.
And,
like, I think
Tony Todd, that's his voice. They didn't need to change it up.
I think the only thing is, I think, like, Dorn maybe does as Worf talk a little slower than he does. But
he just has a very thoughtful cadence as Worf.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's very measured. He is considering his words carefully as a warrior.
Yeah. But it's just funny when you hear Dorn as Dorn, because it's the same exact voice. He's just a little snappier. So you're like,
the episode in Deep Space Nine when he turned up as Johnny Baseball Player.
Yeah, or I Am Weasel.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
He was in I Am Weasel?
He was the Weasel.
What?
Oh. Yeah.
That's right. He was.
That was on Cartoon Network, right? Like 100 years ago?
Yeah.
But yeah, on Jayden, I think I just appreciate the writing of, like, the creation of his character.
Yeah.
The execution, fine. He's got a great look. I love his look an awful lot. He's very tall.
And the braids and his eyes are beautiful.
Oh, yeah. He's a lovely looking man.
He's a beautiful... I mean, they're all beautiful. Like, let's get out of the way. Like, these are all beautiful people, gorgeous. But yeah, his look is very good.
Yeah, and mostly I really appreciate that we're doing something with Klingons that's new.
Yeah.
And also filling in some burn stuff. Like, this is how the burn affected people. Because you remember, I was begging for this kind of world building all through Discovery. So to see right here, like, what some of the effects were, and to, like, create Klingon refugees because they have nowhere to call their own. That's good stuff. Fucking thank you.
Yeah, the burn really fucked the Klingons.
Yeah, and you never expect them to. So to see an identityless Klingon, like, fighting for who am I? Like, that's really good stuff.
Yeah, and he also doesn't have all of the cultural baggage of the other Klingons that we've seen.
He's got different baggage.
He's got totally different baggage. But it's not the same old, glory to you and your house.
Yeah.
You're not bugging your eyes out enough when you say that.
He's like, I am Jayden of House Smith.
As a side note, and speaking of Klingon houses, it's kind of a fucking sick burn that he has his little, like, everybody be a part of my house, but his weird little boyfriend isn't there at the end of the season.
Yeah, where's Kyle? I ship him and Kyle so hard. They're so cute.
Kyle is even more boring than Caleb.
Look,
he's so boring I forgot he existed until right now.
Kyle is he's a cute little side piece, but clearly him and the fish are supposed to fuck.
Oh, dare him?
Yes, absolutely. I thought the same thing when they did like breathing exercise.
That deep breathing scene is the most overtly fucking erotic thing Star Trek has ever done.
Since we watched Gattaca with the twirling your hand over the glass.
Yes, but I mean, just within this franchise, like, for all that, like, Gene wanted shit to be sexy and fucking Berman wanted stuff to be sexy, this, two fully clothed men doing a breathing exercise was actually, like, I was sitting there, I was like, I don't know if the rating is high enough on this. Like, this is genuine, like, eroticism.
I didn't see that this was rated NC-17 for I'm gonna have half a boner. What
like,
the
seriously.
fuck? Nobody warned me about this. Adjusts pants.
Like, in a way, like, hey, good for them doing something just so blatantly, like, homoerotic and not apologizing for it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff between the two of them like that.
Or whoever wrote it just had no idea how fucking gay it was.
Well, so that character, I didn't know what to make of him because he seemed like
Darum Raimi.
I don't know. He seemed like a prick a lot of the time.
Yes.
Like that was what they were kind of doing with him.
He's
but
that's because he kind of had an English accent. You got to get by that.
But plus they also just kind of made him kind of combative.
Yeah.
Which was fine. Like I'm fine. I'm not complaining about that. But
he started off with a posse, and then the posse just vanished.
Yeah.
What irritates me about him is that they introduced this cool superpower in the first episode where he could just like walk out in space and talk in space. And
we even go back to his home planet, and he's like, no, we're not doing the fish face here.
It's like, well, why did you introduce this superpower and then you're just never going to do it again on the show?
It's expensive.
That's the problem, is you could tell that. Like, it's like, I thought we'd at least see fish face once or twice more, but no, that's literally the only time he went full fish. And it's like, guys.
I do wonder about the expensive aspect, because I feel like by the end, you see almost none of Laura Thok anymore, and I wonder it's because the makeup is too much.
Yeah, I was wondering where she was towards the end, and all. Like, you could definitely see, like, the Miyazaki. It's like, I'm just sitting there going, like, all right, now, are these the Enterprise hallways or the Athena hallways that they wrapped in plastic? But in a weird way, what's funny, too, because, like, again, throwing money at a problem doesn't fix it. It was actually weirdly charming sometimes to see them cutting corners, because, like, yes, Star Trek is supposed to cut corners. Yeah. But again, there were but it did, like, I wish they'd cut more other corners so we could have had a little bit more of the Fishman and maybe more of Thok.
A very handsome race. That's why they're going to be together.
Oh, shit.
What? Oh, because it's Klingons and Nantidians. That's cute.
How did I not think of that?
I never even thought of that until just now.
That's fucking perfect.
That's what he and Worf really talked about. He's like, okay, so when you were attracted to the fishmen, how did you express that on film?
I think, so what was funny with sort of all the characters, a thought I had pretty early on was like, so I will bring this back, I promise. Mass Effect famously took a lot of inspiration from Star Trek. And sort of
vice versa.
Yes, and a running gag sort of from the Mass Effect fandom is, especially in 2, everyone has daddy issues or mother issues. Everyone has there's a bit of it in 1 as well, but it's really in your face in 2. And Starfleet Academy went, we'll take that, thank you. Because, like, everybody has some sort of issue with their parents or parental figures.
Yeah. It's almost like when you're just out of, like, your teenage years and you're just leaving home for the first time, all you've really known is being under the thumb of your obnoxious parents. And we all have obnoxious parents. Even people who have the best parents have something that their parents have fucked them up about.
Well, yes, but I think, like, even if just one of them, like, that's your for your parents. Yeah, fine.
Well, you know who didn't? Sam didn't have a problem. Sam had no parents.
Well, that's the thing, though. If we think of, like, her people, her Orson, I can't remember when you guys like that. Her episode felt a lot like one of Mork's reports to Orson at the end of an episode of Mork and Mindy. But, like, even then, she had the pressure from her commanders who are sort of her parental figures.
But we got that beautiful emissary episode from her, and it made me so happy.
Say, they made an episode just for you. They even ended it with the DS9 theme, which was delightful.
Was, like, weeping. I was like, the fucking theme! I loved it so much.
You're gonna be so sad when Jake and I shit all over it.
That episode?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I've learned to just basically tune you guys out.
Probably for the best.
I honestly, you joke, but I was so tuned out, I don't even know what episode you're talking about. So
See, exactly. No, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't think it was necessarily like a great episode, but it's still, I do feel like they made it for me.
Oh yeah, no,
and I appreciate that kind of attention to my needs.
Yeah.
So even if it wasn't great, I still loved it.
See, I think the biggest issue with that episode is, I mean, it's very fan servicey, and if they're trying to appeal to the YA audience who definitely
gonna be
hasn't
confusing.
seen Deep Space Nine. Like, they spend so much of it, and they do a fairly good job at the beginning explaining just enough Deep Space Nine to get it. Like, it's like okay, I'm getting it. If I didn't know all of this, I would see how someone might understand this episode. But the end is where they entirely just make a whole like Tawny Newsome just makes a whole fucking fan service thing when they introduce, massive spoiler, that she's Dax without having used the word Dax anywhere else in the episode, as if the audience should know who this is.
Yeah.
Okay, but maybe the kids will see Jake Sisko and go, damn, that's a hot piece of ass. I need to go watch whatever this show is. And then the kids will watch Deep Space Nine and they'll be like, holy shit, this is the best Star Trek that I've ever seen. Because possibly the only Star Trek I've ever seen is, Starfleet Academy. And maybe we'll finally get, I don't know, something.
I don't know. I'm going to say this. I'm going to guess that most people that are watching Starfleet Academy are existing Star Trek fans who already know.
Yeah, which is why when you see when things are rated, that the most popular episodes are the ones that are most full of references. And this had a ton of references in it.
And I'll say this. The thing that irritated me, I think, the most about that episode was that it was Tawny Newsome writing a character for herself to play so that she could be her favorite character from Deep Space Nine.
I didn't realize
Tawny Newsome was the actor that played Dax, who also wrote the episode.
She plays Mariner in Lower Decks.
Yeah, she's on Lower Decks too.
Yeah, she's basically
pretty good in Space Force too.
Yeah,
she's a fine actor, and she is an actual like bona fide Star Trek nerd.
Yeah, she writes well.
I mean, here's the thing.
Like,
you can tell she writes in Easter eggs.
It's exactly the kind of fanfic that somebody might write.
See, I didn't realize she'd written the episode as well.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna say, like, honestly, if I was in her position and had that much power, I would write myself an insane Romulan to play.
Oh yeah, it's a total self-insert fanfic of Tawny Newsome wanting to be Dax.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
I respect that.
It's stuck. I respect it, but it certainly took me out.
The only thing for me is sort of two things. One, I cannot believe Dax survived the burn.
Oh yeah, no.
I can't believe Dax survived this long after all the fucking chaos.
Well, yeah, but like we said a few weeks ago that like Daxes don't last. But also a few weeks ago,
remember how boring and stupid Ezri was? She probably just like glued herself to Julian and watched him grow old and was like, "Oh, Julian, you're so smart and pretty, and I'm so boring." So, I mean, I know that that's only one life, but you figure Ezri probably lasted a good long time just by virtue of being the most boring bitch that ever was a Dax.
Fair, but also the symbiont now is exceptionally old. And
how long do they live?
Well, so
how long do they live?
That's the thing. A few weeks, I think it was one of the episodes you weren't here for. Were you? I don't know. But there was one with a symbiont a few weeks ago, and it was supposed to be like, Janal was like 800-ish years old, and they were saying like for a symbiont that's very old. So like the Dax symbiont,
like
and Dax was already like 300 years old.
Yeah, like the Dax symbiont is on its last legs.
I don't think they have legs.
True, it's on its last squirm.
Gross! I don't like that. Maybe
flagella.
Maybe she was in stasis for 600 years for reasons.
I'll take that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Like
because,
Scotty.
Yeah. Or actually,
she was stuck in a transporter, safe and sound.
Actually, that's the other thing. Fucking characters just have time travel incidents all the time in Star Trek.
That's true. Could be a time because that would also help explain why a 1,200-year-old being was still obsessed with somebody that they knew for 20 years.
Yeah,
You know what's kind of fascinating if you start actually thinking about it is almost all of the teacher characters whom we meet, the teachers and staff, are very old souls.
Yeah.
In that all of them predate the burn, except possibly Thawk.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
Ake is a what did we learn? What did we learn?
Lanthanite.
Lanthanite, which is
She's
very
like
long.
400 years old or something.
Yeah,
right?
Reno and Tilly did the time travel
Obviously,
jump.
Yeah. But wait, what about Lara? How old's Lara?
I just said
I'm
except
saying-
Lara.
Yeah, except Lara. Because
Oh, what's her last name? I missed it.
Thok.
Oh, might be. Sorry.
And of course, the Doctor is the Doctor.
The
Doctor's
Doctor
a
and
billion
Dax.
years
So
old.
all these beings that are from before this time period, teaching children of this time period. It struck me as there's got to be some essay to write about it. I don't quite know what the thesis is yet, but I noticed it.
It does.
I mean,
yeah.
if I was going to put it in, if I was going to like put it into world, I might say that Starfleet was pretty on its last legs by the time Discovery shows up.
It doesn't have legs.
They don't have a flagella. They don't have a very deep bench.
Yeah.
At this point, so they're probably like, okay, who are our most experienced people that we could put in a position to teach at the academy? And it's like, oh, well, they're all like several hundred years old, but they all look great.
we could boot up the EMH. Blow the dust off his hard drive. There we go. So I don't know if this thing's even going to start.
Yeah, but that's I hadn't thought of it at the time, but as Ames was saying it, Jake, I thought the same thing. It actually kind of tracks. You know, they're like, do we have anyone that actually knows what they're doing and wasn't just making it up as they went along during the burn?
Yeah, we accidentally created the War College. Is that a good idea? We're not sure yet.
So my assumption, unless they said otherwise, was that basically the War College was what they like. When Earth rejoined, they were like, oh, so you get your weird little fascist military academy. We'll make it the War College? Shrug?
Oh, as a way to keep it around?
Sort of appease.
But also as a way to keep an eye on it, though. I mean, if it's under those auspices, you can hopefully keep it from, I don't know, doing whatever we're doing.
Don't worry, it's Star Trek. It's Star Trek. It's Starfleet. They'll have a Badmiral soon.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The squee I squeeped when fucking was revealed that Tig and Lara were together.
Oh, that's cute.
Tig, Jet. She First of all, I knew that Tig Notaro was in this series, but I didn't expect her to be such a presence. Like I figured it was going to be like, you know, one episode and that would be that. So this was like, cuz I mean she was in this way more than she was in all 5 seasons of Discovery.
Yeah.
Frankly.
I'm pretty sure, like, if you actually sat down in time, but she has already had more screen time and lines.
And she's not even CGI'd into the scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was a delight in this.
like, here's the thing. Like, I really like Tig Notaro. I don't think Tig Notaro is a fantastic actor.
No, she's not. She's just playing Tig Notaro.
See,
she's just playing
cares?
She felt a lot looser in this, though, I thought.
Yeah, especially at the end.
She may have got some
like
acting lessons or something.
But I feel like the last episode when she was like having to like direct the kids and being like, okay, like, you know, you pass, then you pass. And if you fail, we all die. It's like, okay, that's good.
Yeah, I liked her in the finale an awful lot. And there were a couple other appearances where it's like, okay, she's just here being snarky and doesn't have any other depth than that.
I know, but
I want to know more about French Klingon fusion cuisine.
That
because that must be a trip.
The escargot is just still alive. That's probably the main difference.
Escargot.
Escargot, yes.
Ah, that's cute.
I'm almost shocked they didn't make that joke.
Well, don't worry. It's out there now.
But yeah.
Speaking of jokes, there's the one joke that I really liked,
Ooh.
and it was a member berry. Medical tricorder.
Oh,
that was good.
That's right. I forgot that was a reference.
I don't think I would have recognized it as a reference, but the internet spoiled it for me like 5 minutes before I watched the episode, so I was like, okay.
I did find it funny that the combined medical tricorder hypo spray thing looks like a TNG phaser. It makes more sense as a medical device than it ever did a gun, certainly.
Which type, though? That really weird one?
Yeah, the type 2.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Speaking of the Doctor, I really didn't buy... I wish they had come up with a better thing for him in the episode where it was revealed that the reason why he was being such a prick was because
of real life.
The death of his fake daughter.
Reminded him of the death of his daughter that he knew for a day, and it wasn't even... Okay. But it was one that B'Elanna had reprogrammed to die, and like and the fact that it never came up once again in Voyager after that, and yet somehow it's the most important thing that's happened to the Doctor in the last 800 years.
Yeah,
I would have respected him way more if he was just like, Sam, you're fucking annoying. That's why I don't want to be your mentor. Fucking look at you.
I mean, for that matter, because he's lived another 800 years. Everyone he meets at some point dies.
Yeah, I think that, like, just saying
that's
that, like,
enough.
listen, you don't need this fake daughter that you made up and B'Elanna, hacked and murdered. You could just be like, listen, I don't like getting close to people because I've lived enough time that, like, I know that I get close to people and then they fucking die.
Yeah,
but she's not theoretically going to die.
That was the whole point, was like she was gonna die in this episode, right? That was the thing.
But that doesn't explain the last 5 episodes before that why he was being a douche. Like, that's not...
Yeah, he's
because
a douche
in theory,
from the
if there was anybody in the whole show that he could actually allow himself to get close to, it should be Sam. Because...
And we've seen him in Voyager episodes get close with other hollow people.
But that was
younger.
Before... That was 1,000 years ago. He's had to watch Janeway die and Chakotay die and
there's like
Trip and B'Elanna and his fake daughter, of course.
I just think he's like that with everybody, probably,
yeah.
and his heart needed to grow 3 sizes.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
But I think it's been so long. Like, we can think of all these characters that we know that he had to watch. There's thousands of people he has known we have no knowledge of that he has watched die.
Exactly,
Well, and especially if he had been teaching or serving or doing whatever to any extent prior to the burn, what was he doing before the burn? Was he teaching? Was he doctoring?
Bit of both.
Was he teaching
That's
doctoring?
True, yeah.
He was playing doctor.
A little of both. I will say Picardo fucking nails it, so I'm close to wanting to forgive it because Jesus Christ, Picardo is excellent this whole season long, and I love seeing him. But also it ends up reminding me of, oh god, it's season 2 of Picard. Spoilers for that fucking train wreck of a season, where they just decide, oh, Picard's been like this because of his mother's death. That's always been why, and we're like, no, you're making this up and it doesn't add anything to the character.
Yeah,
we didn't need that to be the reason. You could have been something fresh and new.
Yeah.
Right. And again, just the fact that he's had to lose so many friends would have been enough. It didn't have to be, my Tamagotchi family died after 3 days, just like I knew it would. And now I'm very upset for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Which is forever, by the way.
Which is a very fucking long time. Yeah.
Yeah, forever. But on the other hand, though, I suppose he has whatever the opposite of a benefit is of like having a computer for a brain.
Yeah.
So he remembers every second in exquisite detail, including her death.
Yeah.
And if he's any kind of depressive, he's replayed it over and over and over in his mind, trying to think about what he could have done different and how he could have saved her and how he could have been nicer to her and regretting every decision he ever made. And I'm just saying...
Yeah, but
the only thing that saves me from myself sometimes is that I can't remember anything.
I mean,
it's a blessing and a curse.
I mean, it's probably why so many people with clinical depression have poor memories. It's probably a fucking self-defense mechanism.
It's depression repression, baby. Yeah.
What do we think about Sam? Because I feel like Sam's somewhat of a divisive character. She is so fucking annoying.
I don't know if I found her more annoying in her first incarnation or her second incarnation.
Well, we only got a very quick taste of the second. It's only the last 2 episodes.
She's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
they replaced like annoying, bubbly girl with asshole girl.
Yeah, with teen angst girl. Like, oh, now that I've had a childhood, I've actually reached teen angst.
Yeah, I think I wish there'd been more time to see the difference between the Sams.
Agreed. That's what I badly needed, because when Sam is saying, Genesis, ever since I've come back, you've been treating me like X, and I'm like, we have not seen how she's been treating you because we jumped 3 months randomly.
Yeah, that was one of my quibbles, was like, that didn't have enough time for us to really absorb as the audience, so they had to just kind of tell us what was happening.
Well, okay, here's my question. Did we need more episodes, or did this need to be just the first half of year 1?
I think they needed more. We needed either more episodes or fewer main characters. Like,
if there were fewer main characters, I would be convinced the school didn't have any students in it.
No, I think that's the thing. Like, Star Trek does this thing and they've been doing it since Discovery, where it's like you're either a main character or you are a
running joke.
Reese, you know, or a Linus.
That's just
right?
Linus.
You're just somebody that's in the background that may
Swallows
or may
their
not have a
badge.
name.
I don't know though, because I feel like at least the like, and I'm gonna like disprove myself by not knowing his name, but I don't know anyone's fucking name.
It's Mayweather. Don't feel bad. Nobody remembers.
I feel like they actually did have some sort of like mid-level characters on like Discovery, like the Vulcan from the War College. Like,
oh yeah,
he was kind of there was a presence.
The one that they killed.
I was generally kind of bummed. It's like, fuck, they killed him.
Yeah,
I kind of liked
honest,
him
if
as an
you
antagonist.
if they had downgraded Raimi and Genesis to that tier of characters, nothing of value would have been lost.
Well,
because
we got
You would have
a
lost
little
the
of
breathing
Raimi and
scene.
Genesis.
no, you could have still had the breathing scene because you could bring in like that bit, like you could still make Raimi friends with. Like, honestly, get rid of Kyle, make Raimi's character Kyle,
Or that.
and
like
he's just
Kyle.
he's just a
On the
guy
other hand,
that
on the other
that-
hand, don't make his character Kyle because Kyle wasn't a fucking character.
Well, no, I just mean put everything that Reese did, do that, but not make him a main character, so we don't have to focus on him too much.
Which one is?
Okay.
Which one are you saying is Reese?
The
I'm
fish
sorry,
man.
Raimi. Jesus Christ, make Raimi.
You finally remember
I'm
Reese's
just saying-
name, and it's for the wrong guy.
I'm just saying, like,
It's
I
Reese
feel
Fishman.
like I feel like the characters of Raimi and
Kyle.
Genesis
Oh.
got really shortchanged.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that if they had, because the thing is, it's not just the kids, right? So we got to, like, Caleb's are obviously our main character, Ake's our main character, but then we get like our second tier characters, which is like Jaden, Sam, the Doctor,
Tarima for reasons.
Yeah, Tarima could again concatenate her with Genesis. I don't care. Like,
Could they not have come up with a better name than Tarima? We had Tarina
It's very confusing. I had
3
the same
years
thought.
ago.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? And she's not even Vulcan. But yeah, I think Genesis and Caleb would be a better match, and I wish that had happened. And I just have feelings and opinions.
Do they
The
want
other
you to
thing
have
about
those
the other thing
feelings?
about Tarima, I don't. Okay, this is not just a Tarima thing. This is, I know people get all bent out of shape about these Klingons. They don't look like the Klingons from my childhood. But I gotta say, what a useless character redesign to take away the one defining physical trait.
Oh, I thought it too. I hate
of
to
the
admit.
fucking Betazoids.
The black
And
eyes.
Yeah.
The black eyes. Like, how hard would it have been to get some fucking contacts into these people?
Yeah.
They just look like humans.
I thought that
she's
too.
and honestly, she for me is, aside from the child that we only have to bear for
Oh
a few
my
minutes
That
God.
kid is
in
terrible.
the first and second episodes, Tarima is the worst actor on this show.
Oh, terrible.
The
Yeah, I'm not a
fucking
fan.
worst. Like, whose vaguely pretty daughter is this? Because we don't. I don't need it.
Yeah, no, but
This is like-
that fucking kid though. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, no, dude, he was terrible. And no offense to Tarima, like the actress is lovely, but she's not a good actor. Like,
Yeah.
Fine. I mean,
Considering
she's not living.
she's a Beta Z. I'm a Beta Z who's not
Zoid.
just a Betazoid.
Zoid.
She's not just a Betazoid. She's a Betazoid that's supposed to feel shit so deeply that she's killing people by mistake. I don't think she feels a fucking stiff breeze. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, there's
And
no
Caleb-
fucking way. There's no fucking way. And
Well, she's got that
just-
emotional, like that empathic
Dampening
silencer or something.
the inhibitor. Yeah. But I didn't think it was inhibiting her from acting well. Maybe that was the problem.
Oh.
See, the issue is Caleb needs to fall for her in a day. And they even play up a little bit like, I've known you for a day. Why do I care so much kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because you're a child and you're horny.
Yeah, because you have a erection, which Stephen Colbert will point out in one of his unnecessary blurbs.
Caleb, your erection has found its way into the replicator. Your erection is being replicated thousands per sec. Oh my god, there's Caleb boners everywhere.
Here's the thing. I never noticed his boner, but there is one scene in the.
I never noticed his boner.
There is one scene in the fucking Best Man episode where Fishman's pants don't leave much to the imagination.
Oh, I didn't check.
I didn't notice that.
It's like
God
right after
damn
they've
it.
gotten there, and Jaden's like, "What the fuck is going on?" So you can go back and check that.
Right after they'd gotten there, and he had almost gotten there himself.
Man, there is a Kanye West joke in there, and I just don't know how to find it.
Does he love fish sticks?
Yeah,
fish
there we go.
sticks.
See a gay fish?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's an old reference now.
That's a deep cut.
Yep.
Yeah, that whole episode, the one that's half Darum has to get married to his arranged marriage wife thing.
Time amuck.
His affianced.
Which happens in every series at some point. Might as well get it out of the way now, I guess.
Yeah, I was
and
like, what?
And half Genesis being bland. I found that to be so entirely dull and out of place, considering the very following episode is supposed to be the dealing with your PTSD episode.
It feels like they maybe should have been swapped.
Yeah, I feel like we just took a break to have a couple fun romps with characters.
Yeah, I think the problem is they wanted to have a break because they just had that happen. But, so I get why they did it from a real world perspective, but from an in-world perspective, it maybe should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, they got there and it's like, what is it with Star Trek and arranged marriages?
They love them.
Oh my God,
well, I think
crazy.
it's because like in a way, it's kind of interesting, right? Because you're dealing with, okay, hear me out. I think it actually gives you something interesting culturally about all these different species, because the way that you get first contact is by being warp capable.
Mm.
That doesn't mean that everything else in your society is where you would expect it to be when
I know, but
you're
still,
warp
it's like,
capable.
It's like, goddamn, though, a lot of species have arranged marriage. Holy shit.
A lot of humans
right
now still have them.
No, I know.
But she was also, like, literally royalty.
Yes,
like, royalty
true.
has arranged marriages more than anybody and always have.
Yeah. So
you know?
it may not be...
I mean, and very recently, Diana and Charles were arranged. You know,
well, I mean, when you get right down to it, really, even up, until, like, what, 150 years ago, marriage was still mostly a business dealing in all cultures.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, the fact that she is literally a princess might mean that this isn't the norm for a lot of that culture still.
You know what I didn't realize in this episode until I was reading someone else's response to it was Darum's parents are there.
They are.
Never
I wasn't
meet
sure.
them. We never meet these people.
He was some kind of weird orphan since we never met them.
No, remember
there was that episode a couple instances prior in which he's writing to his dad every day, like, Dad, be proud of me. Dad, are you proud of me yet? Look at all these things I've done today. Dad, and never gets a response. And yet they're there and we never acknowledge it? Weird.
That
Well, damn, his dad is so not proud of him. He's not even proud of him when he's marrying into the kingdom.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sadly, that kind of tracks based on the letter thing.
Mm.
Yeah, that was rough too. He's like fucking asking Reno if his pad's working, and she's like,
"Oh, that was sad.
They do not care about you, kid."
And no one should. You're very dumb.
Oh, poor big dumb boy.
It's funny. I found him interesting. Did
you?
Yeah, I don't know why, because he is such a he's so all over the place. He's like, sometimes he's a dick, sometimes he tries to be nice and fails. I don't know. He's like, especially because the thing is, so I hadn't paid a ton of attention to a lot of the promotional material, so I hadn't noticed.
No attention to any of it.
I didn't notice he's very blatantly in the poster. So when he went out as Fishman onto the hull, I assumed he was a red shirt. So I was like, okay, so he's gonna sacrifice himself, and they're all gonna be like, oh my
there
god,
goes Ensign Ricky.
Yeah, here's our nobody's safe token death, and it's like, oh no, he's a main character. Oh shit. So maybe because of that, I was just a little more like, okay, so what's your deal?
And his deal is doing sexy breathing exercises with wicked hot Klingon men.
Yeah, being kind of a dick.
So
well, yeah, but it makes sense that he's kind of a dick.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Again, one, he's a teenager.
Two, his parents are awful. His
parents are awful. 3, he has all this expectation on him to go and get married and be the king of wherever the fuck he's from. He's between 18 and 21 years old. That's a fucking lot for a kid.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And also, he's got to be feeling some I would think some resentment because he obviously wants to do Starfleet.
Yeah.
And he's being told, okay, go play your little Starfleet games, but when it's all over, you have to come back here and, be the man that we all expect you to be. I'd be fucking pissed off and shitty, too. And, honestly, he's just pushing people away. He's doing that so he doesn't have to... he's doing what the Doctor is doing. It's
And
not that he's
Caleb.
going to have to watch them die. It's that he's going to have to not talk to them in 3 years when he's Prince Consort of Fishlandia.
And yet, when we first meet him, he's got a posse of boys tagging around after him.
That's because he's a big aggro big man, and the boys are like, "Oh my God, here's our alpha. Let's bite. Let him bite our face, and we'll be friends."
And and actually, I mean that also tracks sort of for like the orientation period at any universe. Like I remember, like there were people I met very early on. I was like, wow, I got this new. And within a week, you're like, who the fuck is that guy I met on the third day? As you actually meet the people you become friends with. So that actually makes a weird sort of sense, too. Again, I think that was maybe another reason I thought he was going to be a red shirt, though. You're right, because he had this posse who, like you said, we never see again.
But then, like, other than that one episode with the wedding, I feel like we really didn't get a lot of characterization from him.
No.
Other than just, like, occasionally being a dick.
Yeah.
And honestly, to be fair, in that episode, I was mostly distracted by his wife's friend's eyebrows for most of it. So
I missed the eyebrows. Were they bad?
Oh, she had epic eyebrows. They were real.
Like good or bad though?
No, they were just like
noticeable. I guess I didn't notice.
They were eyebrows.
I remember them having a distinct haircut, but I didn't notice the eyebrows.
Oh yeah.
Springing off from that though, I've got to say, Genesis's makeup gave me
the alien makeup.
Yeah, and there's no one-to-one comparison. Like, there's no one in the show that actually has this look. But for whatever reason, I'm sitting there going, like, did she just walk off of the set of Space Cases?
What's Space Cases?
Space Cases was...
that Nickelodeon?
I was going to say, I was like, okay, please tell me I'm not the only one that's seen Space Cases.
Of course. It's got Kaylee from Firefly in it.
Yeah, but...
Firefly?
It was Nickelodeon's, like... weird short-lived sci-fi series from like the mid to late 90s. We may have talked about it once before, but all these kids from like Earth Starfleet Academy, basically, except it's like high school.
What's it called again?
Space Cases.
Oh, okay.
Wind up on an mysterious alien spaceship that then rockets them to the Delta Quadrant. And they have to find their way home. So it's like them and two of their teachers and a weird robot. And the thing is, all the kids, the one thing that was very stupid about it is the kids weren't technically, there was one actual alien. There was one kid from Alpha Centauri. The rest were all human, but they had all lived on like colonies on the other worlds in our solar system. And even though they'd only been like 100 or 2 years, like it's the near-ish future. But somehow they'd already evolved to be wildly different. And it's like, that's, even as a kid, I was like, that is not how quickly evolution works, guys.
Jake just shared with us the image of the girl with the eyebrows. And yeah, she's got some thick eyebrows.
All right, I gotta take a look.
They don't really match the rest of her face. Like, is it Kyonian eyebrows?
Oh my God.
Oh, look at
that. That's like some real, yeah.
That was the eyebrow look like
Eugene Levy
8 years ago.
Going on there.
Thick natural eyebrows keep kind of having, not that I'm saying those are necessarily natural, I don't have any idea, but those thick natural eyebrows keep kind of having a minute and then falling back again.
Yeah, like I said, they had a minute a couple years ago too, so.
But yeah, definitely now I see them more.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Genesis, like I said, like, because the makeup was a bit, low budget, cheesy, weird on Space Cases, and this was better budget, but it still had, for some reason, to me at least, a very Space Cases vibe. It's like, we want to have like hint of alien, but not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Genesis was fun. I think she's one of the better actors on the show.
Oh yeah, she's very
Every
good.
so often, I would, in my brain, try to flip her with Terima to be like, would I buy it better if she were doing this?
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, totally. I think so. And I honestly think that she was probably one of the best actors on the show, at least especially of the children.
And that is the thing,
criminally
Jake, they are
underutilized.
still very young. Go on, sorry.
Like, they should have used her way more.
Yeah.
I think. And honestly, flip her and Terima, flip the actors, and I think Terima would probably work a lot better.
Yeah, Terima's really unfortunate, and I have the feeling that like maybe word will get back to whoever writes this schlock that people don't like Terima because she
I think
sucks.
a lot of people like Terima though. I've definitely heard
Terima.
people say like, "Oh yeah, she's doing a great job."
But the writers are also fucking. Speaking of hard-ons, they have so many hard-ons because you just know there's going to be a Betazoid wedding in season 2, right? Like,
God, I hope not.
Oh no.
Well, you know what? I think you're right because they did say the loudspeaker did say something about being sure to
abide by the customs.
Abide by the customs of like the people, and I feel like they maybe mentioned weddings
what'll be
specifically?
What'll be interesting to see is, like, because one thing we see a lot with Discovery is the writers reacting to the feedback they got from the previous season. Whereas season 2 of Academy has already wrapped filming.
No shit. So we are definitely getting more.
We're at least one more season, but they also will be writing.
I don't know. We had a season of Prodigy ready to go, and we didn't get that on Paramount.
True. But either way, though, it was written in a vacuum. You know, like, they will not be responding to any kind of fan reaction, which I think in a way is maybe a good thing.
No, it is definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
Look at how Star Wars fucked itself by deciding that they wanted to listen to the fucking loudest and most bigoted, hateful people in their fandom.
Well, with Discovery, I don't think they necessarily listened to the idiots, but they did clearly listen and didn't always make the best choices because of it.
Yeah, they included Linus. What a mistake.
Yes.
Womp womp.
Well, just saying, like, you're not, like, listen, Star Trek writers, you're not here to fucking make friends. You're here to make Star Trek, goddammit, and sometimes that means giving the people what they don't want. Star Trek.
So we very, we sort of done the gloss of the students. What about our faculty?
Well, I already said I love Helen. What's her name?
Holly
Hunter.
Ake, as Ames was able to remind us
Nala.
because she has a memory.
Is her first name Nala?
Yeah,
yes,
Nala
actually, Nala
That's
Ake.
great. That's easy to remember.
Elastigirl.
It makes me think of Lions.
She grew on me quickly.
I love her.
She's a delight.
Yeah, originally, like, the very first moment was like, because she has such an a vocal affect that makes you, like, have to, like, what did she just say? I can't quite tell. So I was, for a moment, like, I don't know if I'm going to buy her, but I came around real fast.
The thing is, though, like, that's just how she talks. Like, you ever seen The Incredibles?
It's been a while. I should rewatch The Incredibles. I remember liking it.
But, yeah, I mean, this is just how she speaks.
Yeah, I like her. I love how tiny she is.
Yeah.
And how she still somehow owns a room through tininess.
Oh my god, her presence is undeniable.
I also like the idea, like, they introduced this species, the Lanthanites, in Strange New Worlds with Carol Kane's character. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's an interesting, the traits of these Lanthanites are interesting. They're all, like, fairly diminutive people. And they're all just kind of irreverent.
They're kooky. I think we talked about this a little bit. We will talk about this next week on the show proper.
They're all just like art teacher types,
Yeah, they hate wearing shoes.
That's such a good way to put it.
And that's the thing is, like, we've only seen 2, but it's Star Trek, so it's fair to extrapolate that this just might be Lanthanites.
Yeah, no, every one of them is a monolith of their entire culture. It's fine.
Yeah, especially the ones that are this old.
Well, part of me was like, are Lanthanites just Elorians?
Remind me who the Elorians are?
Guinan. Guinan's an Elorian.
Oh.
Because they're very, like, similar traits, like...
That's interesting.
I guess that the Elorians are more stoic, or at least Guinan is. And the only other... We haven't seen many Elorians, but of the ones that we've seen.
Well, yeah, there's Guinan.
There's
Malcolm McDowell, who was driven mad by grief. And that one con man.
Was an Elorian.
Oh, yeah,
what a weird flex to make that character an Elorian.
No, it was just so Guinan could know him, basically. Yeah. And they could explain why he lived so long.
Mark Twain wasn't a fucking Elorian. She knew him.
That's true. That
biblically, I assume. Yeah, good point.
What other of our staff did you want to talk about, Chris?
An Elorian in King Arthur's court.
So Thok.
No, she's delightful.
Thok is cool. And it's really interesting. Obviously, this is the first female Jem'Hadar character, right? Because in Deep Space Nine times there were no females. They weren't born that way.
They were cloned.
They weren't born at all.
Yeah,
they were grown in an egg.
Oh, actually, I don't know if we ever said this during DS9, but they're kind of like Caitlin, what are the Doctor Who pudding heads called?
The Sontarans.
Thank you. Yeah, they're kind of like the Sontarans, just bred to be warriors.
Sontar.
But so Thok does not need Ketracel White, so that's nice, apparently.
She's also part Klingon.
And part Klingon, also cool.
She takes dinner very seriously.
She does.
Which I appreciate in a woman.
I mean, her parents, that must have been, even by Klingon standards, some really rough sex.
God.
If they can procreate that way. Since we don't know about how Jem'Hadar procreate, I wonder if it was actually medical.
I don't imagine Jem'Hadar had peepees, so I don't think the founders would have put that in there.
Well, maybe
Surely
after
they must
800
have had
years
one
they
that's-
added them.
I'm kind of wondering if part of the deal of like their treaty with, the Alpha Quadrant was like, you will undo the genetic damage you've done to the Jem'Hadar and
See,
the...
I'm just-
Kindly unfuck the
See, I'm just
Jem'Hadar.
imagining that some Soong descendant
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna make you the most badass warrior imaginable. We're gonna take a Klingon DNA, we're gonna take a Jem'Hadar DNA, we're gonna slam those things together, and then here's where we ended up.
They definitely brought in a
say-
Soong at some point.
You say slam this things together, and all I can think of is that episode of Family Guy where Lois and Peter are doing it, and it cuts to the Rock slamming a couple of their action figures against each other. Like, that's...
Jesus.
Here's what I think. I think that at some point they realized that the most aggressive dog is a dog that still has its testicles, and they thought, well, maybe this will make the Jem'Hadar more aggressive and more violent, and then they gave them balls. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just piss on everything.
Piss on everything.
There is, one
God,
of the...
here's the thing, though. If I had a dick, I would. I'd be writing my name in the snow, dotting my eyes, crossing my T's.
One of the one of her few sort of later episode appearances was just her phone call with Jet, which I only caught bits of it because that was the point, but that was great. I got over there again. And her just being this sort of insane, also British drill sergeant. It all works. She was great.
I think it's also just enough of her, because if there were more, because she is very one note, and she's also a lot, but she's also very one note. Like, she has the one personality trait, and if she were in every episode doing that, it would be like, we get it. Jet is sassy, you're aggressive.
But also, she worked well off of Ake, because they're so, one's Captain Quirk.
Yeah, they are good foils for each other.
I didn't even mean to do that, but
what? What did you do?
I called her Captain Quirk, which I realize sounds like
Captain Quirk.
But one's Ake, the other's Thok, and they're
call this episode Captain Quirk.
But yeah, when they were together, though, it was nice watching them kind of bounce off of each other.
Yeah, and we already talked about the doctors. I don't think we need to talk more about him, but there was one faculty member who I think was not very good.
Tilly?
That was Tilly. I thought Tilly... I don't know if it was Mary Weissman problem or if it was just the writing of the character.
I think it was that episode, dude. I think it was the wrong use for Tilly.
Yeah, I was about to say, like that was, it was weird because it was kind of it did feel kind of like they were doing, all right, this isn't working. Let's bring someone from Discovery to try Discovery things. And it also felt strange to just as a concept, put people in group therapy without them being aware at first that's what it was.
I was very uncomfortable about that.
It was uncomfortable. I thought Tilly was just mean.
Yes, that was my big problem, this is not Tilly.
Yeah.
Tilly is not like this. Tilly is being extremely I mean, listen, whatever you think about Tilly, being really antagonistic and getting in Trima's face, yeah, what, bitch? It's just that's not...
You have trauma! Let me trigger
my,
you.
Yeah,
that's just not my Tilly,
What have the past couple years done to her?
Well, she and the Dadmiral got really close to fucking that one time.
No, she went into teaching,
Yes.
Oh, that's actually probably exactly right.
I mean, hey, I thought I was going to go into teaching, and I was like, this would actually turn me into that teacher no one wants. I'm not doing this.
Especially kids
I
these
forgot.
days.
I hate children.
In retrospect, I sometimes think I actually would have done fine, because at least children have the excuse of being children. I've met adults who don't have an excuse, they just suck.
You'd be a great teacher, I think.
Yeah, I'd be broke as fuck, though, so...
You're smart, and you're funny, and you would do well with the kids.
I don't know. The impatience and anger.
Here's the thing,
which is somehow Tilly now, too.
It doesn't make sense. It's I blame the script, not her.
Yeah, I think it really was... We said we're going to use Mary Wiseman once this season.
Yeah.
We have to find something for her to do. And all they had was this. And it felt like it was written for a different character.
It did, yeah.
The whole episode, I'm very uncomfortable because of the whole forced therapy thing.
Yeah, that's so weird. It's that's not how you do therapy.
Because of the theatrical nature of it, I kind of wonder if it wasn't meant to be the Doctor.
Same.
Because... Like,
and he is
also the meanness, you know, like you could see him being like,
I mean, there
you
were
swallowed
moments,
your comm badge, you fucking idiot. Like, you know,
there were moments though where I feel like even by the Doctor's standards in that episode, it would have been a little much. But it definitely felt like it was supposed to be the Doctor because also
it could
he's
have actually been,
doctor.
it could have been a good breakthrough moment for him too. Like, it could have made him deal with his trauma. And then we wouldn't have had to have dealt with it during that Sam episode, which might be why they changed who it was.
Yeah. Well, it's the same episode. Very well. It's the same episode.
Is it that episode?
Yeah, he had to be off with Sam.
Yeah, because half of it is therapy theater.
Oh, yeah,
and half of it is Doctor and Sam.
Yeah. Sam gets broken. Yeah. I forgot that was the same episode.
Our town breaks her.
The other weird thing, too, is, like, there's a brief exchange with Ake at the end where, like, apparently her and Tilly know each other, but how? Because Ake was theoretically retired when Tilly got to the future, and Ake only unretired this year.
Maybe they drank once at,
Clarify for me what the timeline of this episode is compared to Discovery.
So,
because I thought between seasons 3 and 4, they were just starting the Academy up.
Yeah, but now they've like. So that's what I mean. Like, I feel like this does take place after Discovery.
I got that impression too.
Like they had to
that's why Jet is here.
Yeah,
and they do mention Discovery exactly. At least once.
Yeah, you do see her very briefly in the finale. I was looking. I was like, "There's no way they're not going to have her in one of the crowd shots." And
who?
The Discovery.
Oh, okay.
You see her briefly out a window at one point. It's like, there she is.
I was shocked she didn't. The Discovery didn't save the day in the finale.
They tried to let them, didn't they? Wasn't that?
They do bring up, could she jump? So
what about the spore drive? No, it'll never work.
Because of
transporters are offline.
Yeah. So actually, that's something I want to segue to a complaint.
Oh no!
About the finale and about
Paul Giamatti.
No, Paul Giamatti's fine.
Paul Giamatti was great.
He did a good job. I think some of the writing for his character was a little, but he did a good job with it. I have no complaints. But no, the whole idea of the finale, it's like the writers have no sense of scale. So they're like,
oh right, yes,
we're just we're going to encase the entire Federation in a bubble.
Yeah, that's a lot of minds.
And he did it in 3 months.
Well, he's driven, you know.
Yeah,
I like that all of it was like a fucking gigantic self-own in the end.
That was pretty funny.
Like, and you say it was what color? Oh, well, your fucking idiot dad actually blew up your stupid fucking planet. So how about that?
Dumb bastard.
And then everybody leaves. Yeah. Everybody immediately is like, oh, well, this is interesting, but we're done now.
That honestly was the most unrealistic thing Star Trek has ever done. A shitty leader being revealed as a moron and people piecing out.
No, you just think that because of the current reality we're living in.
But that's the thing, like, couple different realities.
Yeah, so Paul Giamatti is like he's introduced as like this sort of pirate guy, but then he turns out that he's
the leader of like the most massive fleet you can imagine because he has these resources to put in these bombs.
Where were these guys at all during Discovery?
Right?
Right. Well, that's the thing. Is like these are just huge adversaries.
It sounds
like
the
Orion Syndicate think of them.
That's right. Like this sounds like they were an even bigger deal than the fucking Emerald Chain.
Well, the Emerald Chain was pretty fucking not that big of a deal ultimately.
True.
The Breen also, you know.
They change everything though, don't they?
They change so much, but this guy changed the game. He's a real game changer, like Gillette Labs.
Game changer. I think I don't think he's dumb. I think he's a fucking sociopath, or psychopath maybe. He's crazy. Yeah. So I think the crazy is the hindrance, not dumb. There's this scene in Red Dragon starring Ed Norton and Sir Anthony Hopkins. It's the prequel to Silence of the Lambs. And Edward Norton and Sir Anthony Hopkins are having a conversation, and Edward Norton is like, well, I did have, or you did, it was either you did have one disadvantage or I did have one advantage. And Anthony Hopkins is like, what advantage? And Edward Norton's like, well, I'm not insane. And that for me sums up this character. Like, this dude is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I think he was too nuts for me because he ended up just being kind of a somehow even goofier Harry Mudd.
I was going to say, there's a lot of Harry Mudd in there, which means I love him. Too much
Harry Mudd.
And not even like original Harry Mudd, like Rainn Wilson Harry Mudd. But he, like, I think. But no, he definitely became like almost cartoonish, especially when it becomes like this, like very like overdone, like, my name is Inigo Montoya, you killed my father, prepare to die. Like,
nope, it's great. Loved every minute.
When every single reaction of him during that faux courtroom scene is just him laughing at everything, I got bored of him because he had nothing else.
Yeah, there was entirely too much chortling in that scene.
Yeah.
I need to go back. I'm hoping someone has already done it for me so I don't have to do it, but I do want to go read everything that was on the Chiron. Because I was trying to read some of it while he was talking.
Why are there still Chirons in the future?
Who knows? But
for deaf people.
There were a couple. Well, no, those are subtitles. This was like a CNN style news ticker. Like, I caught one of them. There was one of them that I did catch was like, you know, explosive expose from Admiral Vance's former aide or something and shit like that. And I do want to go back and find out what more of it said.
I want to pick on the tic-tac-toe. Because originally when I first saw the tic-tac-toe shaved into his head, I was like, oh, that's cool. Why what is he called? Klingerite? He's a half Klingon, half Tellarite, I think he says. Why he would know a human game, I don't know.
That's what Paul Giamatti was?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
He said Klingerite at one point.
Shit.
Wasn't his whole thing that, like, the Federation fucked up his shit, so he hates humans or something?
Okay.
I don't know.
What does that have to do with it?
I don't know.
Tellarites kind of hate everybody.
He's obsessed.
Anyway, the tic-tac-toe on the head is incorrect because O won, O wins, but O always starts second. And yet there are still 5 X's on the board.
What?
I never noticed.
Well, that's how you know he's crazy.
Apparently he's just crazy.
He's playing with too many X's and O's.
That's the one thing. Like, he had the tic-tac-toe on his head. We're like, okay, that's kind of weird, but whatever. But then it had an origin story, and I was like, that's dumb. That's one thing I thought was dumb. I was like,
I missed that. What was the origin story?
Just that him and his friends used to play tic-tac-toe in the sand waiting for the shuttles to go by. Yeah, it didn't need an origin.
No.
I don't think I knew that X started first in tic-tac-toe.
It's like how in chess, white always goes first.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever played by that rule. I think I've had O's go first. I don't think you might be the only person that knows that rule, because I didn't.
I'm still just baffled.
Maybe Paul Giamatti's barber also didn't know.
But yeah, I'm just still like grappling with the idea of a Klingon and a Tellarite, because it's like, How did you stop arguing for 5 minutes?
Again, maybe it was done medically.
Yeah, this is the Soong. Soong is just out there just spinning fucking mashups.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing, though. Don't Klingons find a good argument to be kind of a turn-on?
Oh, yeah.
I suppose.
And Cardassians, too.
Yeah, I say that seems more Cardassian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. I love that episode with fucking that Romulan Cardassian who thought that O'Brien wants to fuck her.
Galora. I like her.
That's a great episode, and she's great.
And it's funny because I like, what is fucking Giamatti's name? Braca. I like Braca in episode 6, the one with the second appearance that he gets, because he seemed more methodical and interesting. Whilst in the end, he's just cackling madman.
Yeah, I didn't love the ending. I was disappointed.
I think the whole end, like, courtroom thing, it took me so far out of this episode because I never knew what Caleb's mom, Ishani? Something like that. Right. Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah.
What the fuck was she ever doing?
I totally was expecting the finale to reveal that she was actually working for Braca the whole time.
Yeah, we learned he got her out of prison.
Yeah, like that, like because he got her out of prison. I thought they were going to do a thing where like Caleb was going to finally find her, and then it was going to be revealed in the final episode that no, she's a baddie. Holy shit! And then you'd have some real conflict.
And especially because they, like, ask her, like, and who shot that Starfleet officer? And it's like, was it you, Mom?
No, of course not.
Wasn't.
She's nice.
No, she sucks. And I don't really like her as an actor either. I find their whole relationship like a little, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, that's in reality, they don't have one.
They don't know each other. It's been 15 years. He was 6 years old.
That's the thing. They should not know how to be with each other because they both just have had this idealized idea of who they would find.
Yeah, but I feel like they went into like a Pornhub area.
Oh, no. I didn't get that
at all.
Oh, okay, cool. It's just me then.
Yeah.
I just remember just being like kind of uncomfortable with like all the like, there's like a lot of like touching and shit. And
there
was
was
like,
a lot of
calm
hugging.
down.
They were definitely embracing.
I also think part of the problem is that like, yes, Tatiana Maslany, she's our age, I'm pretty sure. And Caleb is 21. But they look like she does not look old enough to be his mom.
No, not at
all.
They look like they could be peers.
That's the problem with humans living to 150 without trying in the future. You look young a lot longer.
Yeah, they're
it's
just
not even the age. It's we have that much more lifestyles like are easier to keep your prettiness longer.
Yeah, it's like
there's sunscreen and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And
less
there's fluoride
smoking
in the water.
Well, now we're talking about us, but I'm talking about in the future.
Well, yeah, but even more so then, you know.
But I mean, even IRL, I don't see Tatiana Maslany as that actor's mom.
No.
Sister, maybe,
Stepsister?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I just felt like the whole relationship was weird, and I was just kind of like, is this like a porn vibe? Like, what's happening?
No,
I felt like the whole season was setting up a twist.
What a twist
that never twisted.
I mean, the thing is, and again, maybe it's kind of with me the same thing as with Raimi. I was sure they were just gonna kill her in the finale, so she lived. I was like, whoa, no red shirts this season.
Well,
I mean,
Bobby.
Yeah, I kind of thought she was.
Let me rephrase this. None of the ones I thought would be red shirts.
Well, then they're not red shirts.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, none of my predicted red shirts were right. The Vulcan caught me off guard, genuinely. Which it shouldn't have in retrospect, but...
Yeah, that was the only episode, that one where Bobby dies, that I didn't feel like we were being talked down to. Like, that was the first episode that I actually stopped at the end and said, this series is okay. Because that episode was actually handled in a way that wasn't... That felt mature. Yeah. That felt like it was the correct age-appropriate tone. Yeah. Whilst so much of the tone is bonkers banana pants. I think I mentioned I think a couple of weeks ago, I asked the question, legitimately asked the question, can you think of another sci-fi show that wavers as much as Star Trek does from goofy, silly, I notice the goofy music all the fucking time to very serious, we're killing Bobby by these horrible plague monsters.
Yeah.
And I realized the answer is Marvel movies. Because they are so zingy with their one-liners and shit, and it's I feel like that has tainted a lot of the current zeitgeist to be we have to include zingers. It ruins the fucking scene.
They kept making gajillions of dollars on that shit. Of course people
exactly,
are gonna,
because it's what people are used to.
But what was the scene you were going to say, Ames? I'm sorry.
When Genesis takes the chair in the finale, and she sits in the chair, and it's oh, good, this has kind of been a culmination for her character, what little we've seen of it. Oh, wait, I think I have to pee. What it feels like that, record screech, the character.
That should have been cut. Like most of the other jokes, they either landed or they didn't, but even when they didn't land, it's whatever, I can ignore it. That one was a terrible idea. Credit to the actor for somehow delivering it with a straight fucking face. She should have purposely blown it so they couldn't have used it like allegedly Harrison Ford did with the voiceover for Blade Runner. He claims he didn't, but it was nice to see Chuck, Admiral Vance.
Oh, Chris, you've got to stop testing things on us to see if we'll understand what you're talking about.
Well, I misremembered. Ake calls him Charlie, not Chuck. I fucked up. So no, that was not me trying something. That was me misremembering how it worked in the show.
I literally thought you were going to be the sneakers they showed. Sure, Chris.
But yeah, so Vance, though, gives a nice sense of continuity. Although you can kind of tell that his scenes in the first episode with Ake, and his scenes in the finale were presumably shot around the same time, because he's got a slightly fuller beard in those scenes. And in every other scene in every other episode, it's way shorter. So it's like, clearly they were playing with a new length, decided not to do it, but couldn't reshoot the scenes they shot with it.
Or maybe they were reshoots that they came back later.
Or
his beard had grown out.
Yeah, one or the other.
And he's like, I'm not shaving it. I got another gig, This is what you get.
But no, it was kind of like, again, this sense of, it's all this sort of the same universe. We've got these same visiting characters, and he's still Vance. Same old Vance.
Vance doing a dance.
You feel like he learned a little something from working with Michael, though, because, like, at one point, Nala's like, he knows better than to give me an order because he knows I'll disobey it. And all I could think was, oh, Jesus, another one.
He's just
poor
giving
fucker
up.
can't avoid them.
So I did love the end credits of the final episode where they had all the actors give pictures of themselves
like the yearbook
younger.
Thing.
That was cute. It was appropriate. It was youngish Tig Notaro, like 20-something Tig Notaro with the long hair, and the headband was a mind blow because I've only ever seen her with short hair. Love that Oded Fair chose himself young and sexy with sunglasses.
Yeah, I wonder how they picked what age to be.
Maybe it was roughly the same number of years ago for all of them?
I don't think it was, because there were definitely some of them were like literally baby photos.
Oh, okay.
And some of them were like kid photos, and some of them were like high school, and like Vance's were probably just taken last week.
Like Paul Giamatti's, he was super young. Holly Hunter looked to be like maybe early 20s in hers. That was cute. I
didn't pay that close of attention to the credits. I'll have to go back and take a look at that.
Yeah, no, it was a cute touch thematically with the whole thing. I thought it was nice. Stephen Colbert had a photo of himself looking like a giant dork.
Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to bring up Stephen Colbert.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's
the voice.
That's one of a few notes I took about a behind the scenes thing, and that's that. And because it drove me crazy. Because whenever I would go check what the episode title was, because they only released the episode titles as they were coming out.
That's right.
And every time I went to IMDb, Colbert was the first billed cast member. And might even still be, I'm not sure. It might finally be Holly Hunter now, because you'd think it should be Holly Hunter as the kind of lead of the show.
Yeah.
But he was the top billed one because he was already like pre-season listed as being in all 10 episodes. Whilst everyone else was only in the episodes that had come out already.
Right.
And I thought that was fucking strange.
Maybe it was part of his agreement.
Well, it's also just the IMDb
but it could be.
The IMDb is also just like user generated largely, so.
Yeah, so I wonder if some user put in that they know Colbert is in all the episodes.
Yeah, so that user was Stephen Colbert.
And then there was a hot minute when Britt Marling, who does the voice of the computer, I believe? Yeah, the computer voice. She was credited as being in 11 episodes, even though there are 10. Only 10 this season, because it was like, she'll be in the first one next season.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
So she was top billed, and I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, the IMDb's a wreck. I haven't used it it used to be so fun. But yeah, I do kind of wonder, like Caitlin, you said you didn't realize it was him, and I kind of wonder if I would have caught it had I not already known. Like, would it have taken me an episode? Because I feel like I would have been like, I know that voice, but I don't know how quickly I would have caught on if I didn't already know it was Colbert.
It was literally the last episode when I was like, wait a second.
I think Jake picked up on it, and then I checked, and it's like, oh yeah, that's him.
See, I had read he was going to be in it, so.
Okay. Yeah, so his job is Dean of Students.
I just
making fucking dick jokes in every single one of his transmissions.
Oh,
Transmission. Ejaculate.
The real question is, will we see Krebs next season?
I hope not. I hope they stop with that.
Yeah,
Krebs? Is Krebs the guy that's...
Linus. He was the running gag.
Linus.
I was going to say, so he's Linus then.
Yeah, except we never see him. We just hear about the adventures of his fruit fly, or his Talaxian fur fly, rather.
Okay, but if we find out that he's a fucking Gorn or whatever...
No, I'm not saying I want them to, but it feels like something they might do.
I want it to be TOS Gorn, though. None of this newfangled Gorn.
Anybody get anything else, or can we move on to final grades?
Oh, clever.
Gosh.
I just want to say, I just thought it was really goddamn fun. I just really enjoyed it. It wasn't, like the first couple episodes, I was kind of like warming to it really slowly. And then somewhere along between episodes like 3 and 5, I was like, oh my God. And I realized like I ran out of episodes and I was like, God damn it. When does this come out? Thursday? That's 3 days from now. God damn it. And I was really mad.
I think for me, it was like the first 3, I was already pretty on board. I was like, this is dumb in a way I'm okay with. But then the 4th episode is the like Jaden background episode. And I was like, all right, you got me.
Yeah, I really liked the Jaden. The Jaden background was really good. I liked that a great deal.
Solid C.
Solid C. Fair. Yeah, I'm probably in the same boat. You know, I think that there were some episodes that were hits. I think the one with the disaster and they had and what's his fuck got killed. And yeah, I thought there were some really good episodes. I think there were some good ideas, and I think there were some good characters and some good acting, other not so much. The places where the some of the silly stuff, well, it was fun. Some of it didn't hit for me. I thought that a couple of the episodes, especially the ones that brought in a lot of references, didn't hit. And like,
but we're in Boothby Park, Jake.
Boothby Park, yeah. And
okay,
like honestly,
that was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was fine. But yeah, a lot of the things that just were just references for the sake of references. And well, I really want to like the DS9 episode because Lord knows that series doesn't get enough love. That it really did kind of feel like Tawny Newsome self-insert fanfic.
I will say solid B.
Huh. Well, I guess I'm going to give it a B+.
I was wavering between B and B+.
B+, A-.
I'm shocked you seemed to love it.
Well, because again, it's not like it's perfect. I mean, it's the first season of a Star Trek. There's a lot of bad acting, which I find unacceptable. And a lot of useless characters. Like, again, I'm sorry. I know you like Kyle. Kyle does nothing for me.
I just like that he liked the plants.
Yeah.
When the plants took over the school.
And that's sweet.
He seems like a sweet boy for Jaden.
He does.
Jaden needs a sweet boy right now before he gets the utter trash that is Caleb. What's his fucking name? Karim.
No, here's the thing. I think that it should be
couple. It's going to be beautiful.
It should be the other way around, really. He should be dating the fucking asshole and then realize like what he had with Kyle. I think that's more realistic.
All right, Jake, what's your letter grade?
See me after class.
I like it.
Sorry, I thought we were giving letter grades and not final thoughts when you first said.
Well, what he said was letter grades or final, or does anybody have any final thoughts first? So I was giving my final thoughts.
I only gave my grade. I didn't give my final thoughts.
Oh, well,
we're going out of order as we always do.
It was an and or. It didn't have to be both.
No, that's
give your
Star
final
Wars.
thoughts, Ames.
See, you guys have both said like this is fun. I don't come to Star Trek for fun. I can watch other shit for fun. I watch Star Trek for science fiction, and the science fiction was very middle of the road.
That's true. There wasn't a lot of it.
I'll say this of Star Trek. I've always loved Star Trek. Yes. I've always loved Star Trek, and I used to think that I would always love Star Trek, and that anything that was Star Trek I would enjoy. But I'm finding more and more that I don't connect as much with most of the new stuff, and I'm at the point where, and it's not because it's bad necessarily, it's just I'm not connecting with it like I connected with other past Star Treks. So, it's my problem. It doesn't have to be for me, and that's okay. But I'm gonna put I'd put it in like a C plus overall. But if it didn't have the Star Trek name attached to it, I'd never watch this. I would not seek this out. And I don't think I'd enjoy it if I did.
Fair enough.
All right. So one thing we haven't talked about, which I know Chris is raring to do, is talk about the aesthetics of the show and some basic blogtivity level material for topics we've covered in the past for various shows. So let's get them out of the way now so that we can have material for the blog.
Yeah, I kept my mouth shut about all this stuff because I knew it was coming.
Okay. First thing we're going to do, to be really quick, the title card. So if you're following along on our blog, you can see the title card is, whatever happens after the opening sequence where it just goes to a white screen with Star Trek in tiny words in what looks like the original series font, and then Starfleet Academy in big words in the movies font. Yeah. We get all the fonts.
Yeah. The Star Trek, like that's just like the franchise logo. Like all the Star Trek looks like that.
Yeah, well, now as of the streaming era, yeah. Actually, no, because they used to do a slightly different R with Discovery, I want to say. So
Discovery had a different R and K.
Yeah, they reverted to like pure TOS font.
Yeah, but I mean, when like the franchise, like whenever they use Star Trek, the franchise, they're using that logo. So
nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't in TNG. Or like
No. I'm talking about since it's gone to CBS.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I like the movie font. Yeah. I'm down with it.
Oh yeah, I love movie font.
You know what I don't love?
What?
I don't love that at the beginning with the S, they're stretching out the bottom, and at the end they're stretching out this Y at the top. It looks hideous.
It is weird to stretch the Y.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, well, the Y doesn't have a thing that stretches.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just are like, oh, well, we have to balance it.
It should have stretched up continuously. It's just gone off the screen.
There you go.
Actually, no, it should have gone up, but then like a little Athena could have appeared, like it was a motion line.
I mean, honestly, this looks very much like something an intern did in Illustrator in like 20 minutes. It's nothing to write home about. Next slide.
Next slide. All right, for the next slide, we want to actually do a quick rewatch of the opening title sequence.
Oh.
It is incredibly long. So Chrissy's going to fade us out right now. Right here, I'm always surprised that it keeps going after the title card for longer than you expect.
Maybe that was an allegory. All of that was an allegory for Caleb finding his mom, and the story is like, you can't go back to the childhood you lost with your parents. We're trying to go back to the womb, and you can't do it, Caleb. You just can't do it.
I know you're kidding, but that makes a weird kind of sense.
And I gotta say, and I don't mean sexually. I'm not being gross right now. I'm just being...
No, I think it's just way too hitting you over the head with, look, it's like they're growing and we're fostering their growth and they're becoming mature.
But then we're cutting them down and putting a building where they used to be. Yeah, we're nurturing them, and then we're scraping off their individuality and making them into little soldiers for Starfleet.
I was just say, it felt very much like the Picard opening titles, like the visuals and like
and with the floating things. There's always something floating that you're following along.
It feels like something I've seen before. It's not exciting or interesting.
It's also absolutely the longest opening sequence yet.
The visuals don't make sense. They're about as subtle as a fucking brick to the teeth. The thing that caught me from day dot, though, and catches me every time, the first couple of notes, I don't know if they're identical, but they are basically the opening notes to Ilya's theme from the motion picture. So I'm always waiting for that to start.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a better theme.
It's a beautiful piece of music, don't get me wrong. And the music on its own, separated from the unsubtle visuals, I don't dislike it. I just am always surprised because it's like, this isn't what I was expecting, even though I know full well it's going to be this. And there is, you're right, Jake, there is a moment where they almost seem to be doing the banana from Picard. So I don't know if that was intentional.
It's probably the same composer or something.
Possibly. They have had the same guy for most of their projects, and I generally like his work. No, actually, they didn't use the same guy for season 3 of Picard, and the fucking score suffered for it.
Well, didn't they just use the theme from First Contact?
Oh yeah, but the rest of the music, though.
I see.
And it was... We'll get there. But no, so yeah, the theme I like, the sequence is a bit on the nose.
It's very on the nose. Like, if they had done the tree that becomes the building just in that first shot, and then it became about the school, perhaps, about students learning, about the academy. But no, we have to keep reminding you, tree metaphor, tree, bring back the tree in the next bit, and have this part of the tree turn into a different part of the school. And like, oh my god, we understood the tree. Do a different metaphor. Do a bunch.
But they didn't. The show wasn't really about trees.
Aside from the prank war plant episode, it was not about plants. No.
Yeah.
And yet somehow entirely about plants.
We didn't even see that big tree from Discovery.
It's true. I hated that tree.
Oh, Boothby tree.
I don't know how I feel about these.
So I have moved us on to, we're going to talk about the comm badges now. Now, I don't even know where we saw the kind of gray one with the wider wing or the wider.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
circle.
that's the same. I think that's the same as the red one. It's just the
different angle.
Engineering division version of it.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, I don't have a very good photo of the cadet badge, which has the red circle, as opposed to the officer badge, which has a much bigger delta and doesn't have the circle that is the same color.
Like, I get that they're supposed to kind of look like the shape of the Academy ship, which is interesting. I mean, I guess, I don't know. When I first unveiled them, I was like, I don't like them. They kind of grew on me. I guess I do kind of prefer them to the oval, the later season Discovery oval ones that, Vance still wears on his uniform.
Those ones, yeah.
You can at least kind of see there's a fucking delta there, and
yeah, the Vance one looks like a seashell that he's just wearing around.
Yeah, well, that's the one he's been wearing, his whole time in Discovery, and they're not great.
Mm.
So these ones, at first I was like, I don't know, I think they're okay. I don't hate them, don't love them. They're better than the ovals.
Yeah, I would agree. They're definitely better than the ovals. Yeah. They're not as good as some others, though.
No,
yeah, they're busy. That's exactly what it is.
They're very busy, and they look a lot just like they're very ship-like.
Yeah, well, I think, it's supposed to suggest the silhouette of the Athena when she's in flight.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't love it. This is the first time I've really looked at them this closely, and I've kind of been a little bit distracted by them throughout, but, like, seeing them up close like this, especially this, like, third one from the left or second one from the right, it just looks really cheap.
Well, I think that one is, like, I think it might be in a reflection, or there might be, like, behind glass or something.
There's some kind of effect on it, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found these photos online, so.
Also, of course, these things aren't supposed to normally be photographed this close, so.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But they will sell you them.
Your complaint might be with the props department. But yeah, I don't know. These, I will say, more than most Starfleet badges, these look like they would be a fairly devastating weapon in close combat.
Fair enough.
Are they supposed to be weapons?
No, but they could be.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
The cadet uniforms.
Yeah, the cadet uniforms themselves, gray. A lot of gray, mostly gray.
They're fine. Yeah, they're nice.
Good.
Oh my god, look at the fucking dong on him. You're right. This is just his normal pants.
Not even the episode I was thinking of, but yeah.
Holy shit. All right, well.
Yeah,
the fishman is packing. The fishman packeth.
Like, they should have done that play. Damn it! Fuck our town.
Yeah, it's weird. I remember when they were first unveiled, I was like, I don't know about all this gray. It made me think of the gray Discovery uniforms that were blessedly short-lived.
Yeah,
this somehow is a bit better. Maybe it's the cut. Maybe it's a different shade of gray.
The cut is way better.
The stripes are a nice touch. I know, a good stripe can work nicely.
Yeah, they're not bothering with that. They're not bothering with that weird asymmetrical.
Yeah,
thing.
I love that they're not
problem.
asymmetrical.
I like the collars.
Really like the. I like the flare, or I don't know what you call it, on the side of Jaden's scant.
Oh, there's a word for that.
I know.
Pleat?
Yeah, pleating.
That sounds right. I like that. That looks nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like this little cut here, the kind of spooch color.
It's a delta.
It's a delta.
Is it a delta?
Damn it. Delta.
I would like it better if it wasn't a delta, but I do like the splash of color. And I like that we've brought back the color indicating department thing.
Yep.
I like that.
Check out those shirt pockets. You could put pencils in there.
Look at that. They do have pockets. I never noticed that.
Yeah, you know who has even more pockets? I forget if they're my next slide. Let's find out. No, they're not. We'll get back to being talking about pockets again in a second.
I was going to say, it doesn't look like she has any pockets.
No. The Chancellor uniform, not Carol Kane. Fuck me. Helen Hunter.
No, Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter.
Holly.
Yeah.
Jesus God.
Helen Hunt, Holly Hunter.
Yes, thank you. Holly Hunter looks fucking cute as hell.
She's an adorable little pixie woman. I love her.
It's a slight redesign of the Discovery captain's jacket.
Yeah, the collar I think is excellent.
Yeah,
it is a nice collar.
Yeah, there's one scene where you can really see the metal piping on. I was like, God, I hope that wasn't too stiff because I could see that stabbing her if she moved her head the wrong way.
Just makes me jealous. Like, I can't wear a collar like that and with a big fat neck. You just like sploosh out of the top. You have like neck muffin top. Nobody wants
neck
that.
Neck muffin. Wow.
I mean,
but she looks great. This
honestly,
is great.
even it's not even a matter of build. Some people just can't pull off a high collar like that.
Some people don't have a tall enough neck.
Yeah.
I think it kind of looks
Alex
like
Jones couldn't. He has
like
none.
a military uniform, though. I don't know. It's kind of militaristic.
Is it the epaulets? I bet it's just the epaulets.
I think it's a combination of the epaulets and the SS collar.
But again, they do have those on the Discovery uniforms. They just, I don't know, it's maybe less obvious somehow.
I was gonna guess that it was all the brass and the metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, because Michael,
exactly. It's very, you know, it's well tailored to her. So it's. You know, so I think she makes it look good. I don't know that it's a design that overall is inherently good. I just think she's an attractive woman who's in a well-tailored jacket.
But yeah,
I also
Michael
think
has those
that,
epaulette things too. So
yeah.
I mean, it's just been part of the design language.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I think on a lot of the Discovery uniforms, maybe it's because like the length of the shirt is weird, but on Holly Hunter, it's the asymmetricalness of it is just a little bit. That I think it works better than the Discovery uniforms.
Yeah, I'd
asymmetrical.
I think
quality.
in general the asymmetry is lessened because I think it's the same with the Doctor. It's a much subtler asymmetry.
Oh, speaking of the Doctor, let's take a look at him. Oh, I took.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say that
before
like
the bottom, but that's okay.
The asymmetry on Tiggs, on the other hand,
it's very blatant. Yeah,
very blatant. It's. See, there's a subtle difference between like okay, a little bit of asymmetry or I buttoned my shirt with the wrong buttonhole.
Yeah.
You know, like there's.
It definitely makes her look like she just buttoned it wrong. It's too bad.
I do really.
But it's Tig Notaro, so she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
I do
Especially
very much.
if she's doing it to me.
Ooh.
I do very much like the addition of the black and white stripe thing that they have on this version of the uniform.
Really? It looks like they're trying to be a race car.
See, I don't know. I like it. It charms me.
It feels like a little bit of a little callback to the flap on the Wrath of Khan uniforms.
True,
you know, the sort of.
And also,
it's got that shape, but it's not a flap.
But it's not a flap.
Yeah.
But it's kind of. It's.
Well,
I don't know. I feel like it's.
None of these people are Shatner. I mean, you gotta have that expert flap ripping open, thing to earn that flap. That's all I'm saying.
Also, they have don't they have a white stripe on the lower decks uniforms?
Yeah, they have a design, similar design.
Yeah, I like that. From what I've seen in that show, I do like that little white stripe. It makes a big difference. I love.
Oh, go ahead.
I do love Picardo's version of the Doctor's uniform.
Yeah, he looks sharp as hell.
The shoulders and the little collar thing. It's weird. It gives him an almost like priest look because with the black collar but the white underneath. Which is
that's interesting.
I only thought of it right now. I never thought of it during the show, but that's weird.
Well, that's why we do these things,
But he looks good in it.
Yeah,
I think he looks great. Yeah,
I was confused why he has such a different uniform and why Dax has such a different uniform.
Yeah, she has a weird bespoke one. I love it, but it was weird that she had her own.
They're fan service characters, you see.
Yeah, well, literally everybody, everybody has a different uniform. There's no two.
It's almost like they're not
instructors that have the same uniform.
No, Reno and Tilly are in the same. It's just different departments.
That's different. That makes him different.
Well, yes, but they've always done the different department colors.
Tilly's is asymmetrical, where Jet definitely buttoned hers wrong. Because Mary, I think Tilly has much less of that dangle.
Funny.
Yeah.
But that's just because, you know what it is? It's your dangle measurement is like an exact expression of your Riz. And Tig Notaro has all the Riz.
There we go.
That's perfect. I like that. We have an additional specialty uniform because Thok gets her own as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's because she's like, the headmaster or whatever the fuck she is.
I think it's because she's Klingon, because if you zoom in and take a look at the printing on
oh my god, is it Klingon shit?
They're little Klingon insignias.
Oh god damn it. These people need to cut this shit out. It's too much.
So I'll admit it's too much that it's little Klingon insignias, but I do like the color difference it creates. The sort of like
the
lighter
texturing
dappling,
is interesting.
like it looks so cool.
I loved the uniform until I knew it was little Klingon symbols. Like, I was happy just looking at it and going, yes, it's very good. And now I'm just like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
And like, why? Okay, I have several problems with this, but like the first of which is, why the fuck would Starfleet have different patterns for different symbols of different whatevers?
It's all
why
replicated.
would they have the Klingon? Yeah, but someone had to. I mean, 3D printing doesn't just fucking appear from the air. Someone had to design
but replicating
it.
does.
Yeah, they just went to the computer and Thok was like, "Give me a uniform with Klingon shit on it."
She's English.
Listen to me, you bastard.
Give me a thing with Klingon shit on it,
Governor.
No, you gotta drop the it. Because they do that a lot with the British. With Klingon shit on.
Oh yeah, but it's gotta have Klingon shit on, in it, Governor.
Cute.
I want to know. My only question.
I need Thok to talk a computer to death next season.
Ooh.
We have not had a good computer talk to death in decades, and if anyone
she'll
could
just
do
talk it to death by terrifying it.
Good.
She won't even be like, it won't even be a logic fucking puzzle. She'll just be like, "You are the worst fucking computer I've ever seen, in it," and the computer just goes, "Oh."
I want to know. My only question about the aesthetics of Thok is, why is her hair the old man in the mountain?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It is the old man lives.
Oh,
He's
not
back. Oh my god! Someone alert New Hampshire.
Thank you for noticing that, Jake.
Oh my
Excellent.
god, she's the new Hampshire quarter. Thank God, finally.
That's a
Put
good
her
quarter.
on a license plate.
When the old man fell apart, you understand, our quarter became a pile of granite rubble.
Yeah.
So having Thok will be a fucking upgrade.
I forgot about the gym uniforms.
Yeah,
these are terrible.
I just had to poke fun at the uniforms we see when we're doing the gym class, because the little outline of little people on you make you look like you're like a sign for the restrooms.
Yeah, like
I also
if the color just went further up the shoulders, it would look pretty good.
Would it?
I think so.
Or if you put them up on a black background, they just look
Be
like
floating
they're very
heads, yeah.
skinny.
Yeah, I think what they should have done is had it cut low so that like you could see their necks all the way down to where the color starts, and then it just looks like they have really long necks.
Oh, that's scary looking.
They're the giraffe people of Tolulon 5.
You know what it is, though? This is so realistic because nobody looks good in their gym clothes.
That's true. That is true. Athletic wear always looks dumb.
Here's your gym uniforms. Get ready to be humiliated. Oh, thanks. I'm glad there's a uniform for humiliation now.
I'm just saying, when they made Star Trek Generations a feature film, didn't they have a problem with, like, somebody's uniform was the wrong size because it was, like, Avery Brooks's uniform or something? No,
they gave LeVar Burton one of Colomini's, I think.
Okay. I knew it was something where like somebody was wearing a uniform that was completely the wrong size for them, and it looked ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure that was the trade. Yeah.
Every character on this show has a different uniform, and several different variations and different colors and different styles. I'm like, maybe we're putting the budget in the wrong thing.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, really, they didn't cut enough corners on this shit. Because especially, like, for the gym coaching, I mean, I get it if they have to, like, move around, but it could have just been... I guess it couldn't have just been civvies, could it? But it feels like it should have. I don't know.
The thing is, it's still tailored, and gym clothes aren't supposed to be tailored.
They're supposed to be fucking
have been
loose.
this.
No.
This looks stupid as hell.
These are like the coach uniforms. The gym...
Yeah, clothes were...
The gym uniforms are like hockey armor.
Well, that's sporting attire.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm going to say is I don't know what they did for Thok, but she is lifting and separating. She has a massive, massive bosom, this lady. And they are tailoring her. She does... Look, I'm not being funny. I'm just saying she's got huge boobs. And they make her...
Yeah, and what do they call it? Patterning? No, it's color blocking. The color blocking of the uniforms definitely accentuate that, especially next to Tig.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Tig is Tig the Twig over here. God bless her. I love Tig Notaro so much, dude. She is so goddamn hot. I can't stand it. She better be in the next season just as much.
Oh, yeah, these are fine.
Yeah, so now we're looking at the War College uniforms. Again, these are up on the Tumblr if you're following along. This is where your pockets are, though.
Yeah, this is pockets extreme.
I would join War College just to have pockets.
They all look like Nazis.
Well, of course they do. They're the War College.
That's why,
the War Department.
That's part of the reason.
The School of Peace.
That's part of the reason I think they were just rebranded, Earth Military Academy. Because the Earth uniforms were very fashy.
That's true, they were.
I think they just took the War College and slapped a Delta on it.
Earth loves fucking Nazi shit.
We just do, unfortunately.
Hugo Boss was a great designer. What can you do?
His was okay.
You have to announce what the slide is before we start talking about it, Chris.
Oh, yes, Kelrick.
Chancellor Keller, the head of the War College, sort of a navy with a little black line down the middle. Again, very military, but looks a little more like a Starfleet uniform.
Still pretty fashy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that its camo is a little stupid.
Oh, I didn't notice it was camo. Oh, that is stupid.
I thought it was solid. Good catch.
Oh my god. It's such subtle camo.
It is.
It's camo so he can sneak up on that Führerkuchen.
It's probably because he's blending in so well that we didn't notice the camo.
He vanishes into his sofa.
Okay, yeah, the camo is a bad idea. Why the fuck did they do that?
No, that's
very silly.
Yeah, I love where the zipper is. I hate that there's a delta on it. There's deltas on all the zippers.
Amazing.
God damn it. But for some reason, I also just like his collar.
Great collar. I agree with you. I like the zipper placement a great deal. But I also agree that it doesn't need to be a goddamn delta.
No.
Again, the little zipper in the angle, there's again shades of the flap from the TOS movie era.
Well, this man has definitely not earned what Jim Kirk earned.
Just bring back the flap, guys. You clearly want to.
Don't do it.
Okay, now I know Chris is going to want to talk about the Athena.
Is it good?
So I have a couple shots of Athena for you guys.
I like her. She's got like a wing thing going, which is probably why she's the Athena. It's giving Athena's helmet.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
which I like. I don't necessarily think that makes it like a great starship design, but as someone who appreciates the classics, I like it.
I mean, it's got that bizarre 32nd century ship in pieces thing, which I don't understand. But resigning myself to that part, she's a little weird, but I like her. And it's funny,
I don't understand why she needed to have saucer separation.
That we could have saucer separation, babe.
But what was going on in the ring?
Isn't that where the students
They were being
live?
tractor beamed by the outside piece, I think.
Yeah.
No, it couldn't be where the students live, because when they land,
it's just the middle bit.
It's just the middle bit. The school is all in the middle bit.
Yeah, so what is out here? But where is the atrium?
I think it's in the neck.
Is it this neck part?
I think
because when they separated in the finale, or the one before the finale, whichever one they separated at the end, the neck was just floating because that's what Braca took over.
Yeah, I think they left the atrium
for his courtroom shenanigan.
Yeah, I think the saucer basically is just key systems, the bridge, and a tiny backup engine. But yeah, it's interesting because the more I look at it, it's you feel like the saucer is very Constitution class. The neck, and especially the way it kind of is, there's shades of the Galaxy class in there.
But it's a neck to nothing.
Yeah, which is interesting, but it somehow kind of works. She's weird, but I like her. Do you have a specific thing about the bridge, or should I talk about that now?
I don't have a specific thing about the bridge, no.
The bridge I love, aside from, like all streaming Trek bridges, it's a little too big.
Yeah,
they love a big bridge. Shrink her a little.
The lighting is strange.
So she's chrome and bright red. It's this bizarre mashup of a hot rod and a 50s diner, or Dexter Jettster's diner. It's all these. It feels like you're inside a toaster oven. It's all these things that sound like insults that shouldn't work, but somehow it all came together. and I really liked it. And I can't explain why based on the description I just gave.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the being inside a toaster oven sense about it, because the first couple images I saw of that, I was like, Jesus actual Christ, why would you want to work in here?
Yeah, I don't know.
When it looks like you're cooking.
So I'm not the only one that thought that. Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I definitely. My first thought when someone put a picture of it online, I was like, you're in a toaster oven.
And that was my first thought, but it just, I don't know, it grew on me.
I'm a bagel.
I'm a bagel. Yeah.
All right, last thing, we have to talk about the chair.
This might be the best chair since Kirk's.
Why?
I just love it.
You can sit in it.
It's so distinctive. Like, I feel like there's a lack of distinction with a lot of the chairs. Like, again, even Kirk's movie chairs are all very bland and forgettable. Poor Janeway didn't get a proper chair. Like, the only truly memorable chairs are the TOS chair, the
Prodigy chair.
Yeah, what's the ship named?
Protostar.
Thank you, the Protostar's chair, and now this one. Like, it's a chair.
This got like a mid-century modern,
like
Eames chair type thing going on.
It feels like it belongs in my grandmother's basement.
Oh no, it belongs.
Actually,
in my fucking life. I love this chair so much.
Weird. I love the color of it. The base confounds me.
That's delightful.
Because it looks like it's floating.
Yeah, no, the little
looks
bars.
Like the baseball World Series championship trophy.
Or Emperor Giorgio's standing throne, which looked like the... But yeah, no, I think I like any chair that is just super bespoke like this.
Is it wood grain?
It's supposed to look like it, certainly.
Tell. Yeah, I'm sure it's supposed to look like it.
Because I love a fucking wood grain.
Yeah, the wood grain, the coloring of it I do like a lot. I think it's that it doesn't look comfortable, and maybe that's why when you see, especially when you see Ake always sitting side saddle in it, because it's probably not comfortable.
I love that.
I had sort of the
never even
thought.
Considered that, Ames. That's very funny.
My thought was more like it must be comfortable. She's going to stretch out on it like that. Like,
see, the thing is, because you can see the seat of it is just flat. There's no contouring for your rump.
True.
I need a rump contour.
It's a cushion, though. I think it's
the future.
It's nestled.
I'd say it's the future. They've got the ultimate in like memory gel foam. It's beautiful.
Programmable memory
in the
foam.
real world, yeah, it's probably stiff as fuck. But in the world of the show, it's probably just perfectly just adheres to your ass. It's great. No, I fucking love this chair.
I think it's fine.
I immediately, when I first showed it, I was like, that's great. That's one of the best chairs they've ever done.
See, the other thing I don't care for is how the arms of it stick in and then there's a little bit underneath it, because I just feel like you're going to be constantly like hitting your back on that or something.
It's giving like a toilet paper dispenser in old mall bathrooms. Or actually the pre-Dyson hand dryer, also in the old mall bathroom.
That's fair. I still love it though.
No, I'm talking just about the arms. The arms are too wide, I think, is part of it too. I don't get me wrong, like, I'm piping up to be critical, but I actually love this chair, and I love the idea of just fucking flopping all over the fucking captain's chair and just being her own weird little self. Mm-hmm. And at least she's wearing her shoes in these pictures.
She gets behind the arms to flop in it, because there's room behind them.
Oh, because I think that's how she's a skinny little mini.
Yeah.
From the back, it looks like the front of like a fucking 1980s, not hatchback, what we used to call them,
like
though.
Station wagon.
It's got big station wagon energy.
Yeah.
Which works for her. I don't know. I just... and I think actually didn't we meet like a boyfriend, a former lover of hers? And I didn't buy it. There's no way... Well, no, she's bisexual.
The Klingon fella.
Yeah. I mean, not that... I mean, I would. I get it, but...
I don't think any previous captain has ever made the chair as much a part of their character as Holly Hunter has. That's for certain.
That's true.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, if you're still with us, that was our take on Star Trek, the Starfleet Academy. Of course, we will talk about it way more in a year's or so's time. Who knows? At some point in the future. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this special feature-length episode of A Star to Steer Her By. Next week, we'll be talking about another episode of Star Trek, but this one is a discovery. It's called Eriga. And we'll be talking about that next time. Until then, you can catch up with all of our past episodes if you go to our SoundCloud page, SSHP Podcast. You can go to Google, YouTube, Apple iTunes Podcasts, or Spotify and others to find us. You can get our Tumblr at sshbpodcast.com, or on Tumblr, our name is SSHB Podcast, and we're also on Blue Skies and Facebook. Those are the things. So find us on all of those platforms and more. I don't know. Look it up. Until next time, my name has been Jake.
This has been Grace.
This has been Ames.
And this is always Caitlin.
What's that noise?
Yes, I'm sorry. It was one of the dogs.
Someone using an
coming down
adding
the stairs.
machine somewhere?
Yeah,
the dog's an accountant.
Yeah, she is.